You know they ain't no good for you, but you're having a hard time letting go. I know, I get this question a lot. Why can't I just let them go? Even when you know better, it's still easier said than done. Are you addicted to the toxic? Is it a habit? Have you convinced yourself you always pick the wrong type? You don't have to give in to that narrative. What if I told you this is an opportunity about why you keep choosing them, but your chance now is to really choose you? We're getting into the practical steps to letting go so you can actually love you more. Let go to let love in. Get to the next level with your self-love and your self-esteem. Naturally, letting go seems so hard because it feels like a loss, but there is so much more to be gained. And letting go just got so much easier by focusing in on all you'll let in instead. So let's get into it. Hey Encourager, welcome to the Encourage Over Everything show, where each and every single episode is a burst of positivity and insight, especially for you. In the hustle and bustle of life, finding moments of joy and encouragement can be a challenge, and that's where I come in. Our show is all about uplifting your spirits and giving you that much needed boost in life, love, and relationships. Dive into stories of love, conquering all and discovering secrets to a happier, healthier life. Whether you are single, in a relationship, or navigating the complex world of dating, we've got something special for you. Tune in to the Encourage Over Everything show now. Listen, laugh, learn, and let's encourage over everything together. Encourager, I hope this message finds you well and with an open heart, because you need an open heart, honey, when we start talking about letting someone go who you know isn't good for you. This is a topic that is near and dear to many of our hearts, because whether it is a romantic relationship or just someone in your life that you have a relationship with, letting go of someone who isn't good for you, it is not easy. So I just want to start by just being real and recognizing, I know it's not easy, but it represents the ultimate act of self-love. It's tough, it's messy, but it's necessary. Letting go of toxic relationships is really about reclaiming your power and choosing yourself, your peace, and your happiness. And since we are really keeping it real up in here, trust me, I know these things are not by any means easy to do. Sometimes choosing yourself is actually the hardest thing to do. But trust me, babe, it's worth it. All because you're worth it. You are not the last single friend in the group. Join the All in Love Collective and be with other singles who get it. Learn how to navigate these dating streets, all while getting the how-tos on building relationships that last. Check out the show notes to find more. First things first, let's talk about recognizing when someone isn't good for you. It may seem obvious, but love can blind us from seeing the red flags. Truth be told, some of them ain't even flags, honey. It's more like a billboard. It's like a series of billboards that you just keep driving by. The signs of a toxic relationship often consist of constant negativity, feeling drained, lack of respect, manipulation, and just feeling like you're walking on eggshells, to name a few. It's so important to listen to your gut, and if something feels off, it probably is. So don't minimize your intuition. Don't minimize that inner knowing that something isn't right here. And listen, to my fellow overthinkers who love to get all into the weeds and constantly ask why, and why, knowing why isn't always the answer. Sometimes the whys don't even come until later on down the line when you're looking in the rearview mirror. And sometimes knowing why still doesn't justify the behavior or the actions they took. So don't get so caught up on knowing why. Don't let that hold you back or keep you stuck in a toxic situation. Now let's get into why it's actually important to let someone go who isn't good for you. Holding on to toxic people and toxic relationships can really damage your self-esteem, mental health, and your overall well-being. Honey, stop romanticizing people, okay? Quit romanticizing him, because if he was all that, you'd be all off in love and on cloud nine somewhere. And stop using people's trauma or their childhood as an invitation to mistreat you. Everyone is responsible for their own healing. No one is exempt from that. And can we talk about the elephant in the room for a minute? Because a lot of this boils down to that fear, that underlying fear that you have that you just won't find anybody better. You're maybe thinking, he's as good as it's going to get, or he's your only chance. I just want you to release that as good as it gets mentality out of your dating life. And honey, really exit it out of your life in general, okay? Because there are just some things in life that you can live with. But as good as it gets, honey, your partner, your life partner for sure, is not one of them. Release the fear of, if this doesn't work, you won't get another chance to have the love that you want, because that is just not true. There is a part of you that knows that's just wrong. It's not right. It might be a whisper right now, but lean into it and make it louder. Staying in these relationships is really the barrier that's preventing you from finding true happiness and healthy love. You'll never find the right one if you are cooched up with the wrong one, okay? The impact of letting go is really about reclaiming your energy, rediscovering your worth, and opening the door for better opportunities. Because right now, you are letting this toxic relationship block you from every opportunity of actually having the love that you really want. Come get your mind right and journal with me. Every day I'm in my favorite app, Growth Day, where I do my personal development. Listen, your journal is your best friend who always wants to hear from you to help you reduce stress, declutter your mind, and so many more incredible benefits. In Growth Day, you can journal right on your phone. And that's right, no more taking a physical journal with you on your trips, because you can access it right on your phone or even online. Set your day up right with Mindset Powerful Message every day from none other than the Brendan Burchard and other top thought leaders of our time. This app is packed with so much goodness. It's the #1 personal development tool out there. So make sure you are making self-improvement a way of life. Every day is a great day to grow. So click the link in the show notes to start your free trial now. Now that we have that foundation laid, let's get into some steps to actually letting go. Trust me, I know it's not easy, and I never said that it was. There are just things in life that are just not easy, but that doesn't make it any less worth it. One of the first steps, aside from recognizing it, is acceptance. Acknowledging that this relationship is just not giving what it needs to be giving, and that it is time to move on. You can only allow someone to have but so many chances to make some adjustments and corrections. And if you just don't see that happening at some point, you have to really accept that they are giving you what they are able to give you. And that is just not sufficient for what you need. And the only one who really gets to determine if your needs are being met is you. Once you've made that decision, it is time to create a distance. It is time to limit the contact and really set some boundaries to give yourself space to heal. So often it is because people are just running wild. There is just no sense of boundaries. And it makes it very difficult to heal when there's just so much chaos surrounding you. So it is so important to actually limit the contact. I say the word limit, but you get to decide what that limit is. It may mean that there is still minimal contact. It may also mean that there's no contact. You have to decide what is going to be best for you and your boundaries and the space that you actually need to heal. Next, you have to lean in on your support system, your friends, your family, a therapist, a coach like myself. Hey, have your support system that's going to help you through this process. It's okay to have people to hold you accountable and continue to remind you of why you are taking these steps. Because trust me, you may want to backslide, okay? Let's just be real. You may want to backslide. So who are you going to call when you start feeling yourself leaning like you're going backwards instead of standing on business like you wanted to and moving forward? Your next step is to focus in on your self-care. Prioritize the things that actually make you feel good again and help you reconnect to yourself. And this is one of the most important steps because this is how you sit down somewhere and lick your wounds, okay? This is how you actually set yourself some time to pour in to you. Make sure that you are not just doing the things to pamper yourself, because a lot of times people think that self-care is just, a day at the spa, but it also entails your inner work too. So make sure that you're giving yourself some grace and taking care of your needs in a way that you really truly need right now. And that may begin with you just asking yourself, what do I need right now? Is it a weekend getaway, like a solo trip? Or maybe it's just that you really just need to be with your best friend right now. Maybe that looks like I want to make sure that I'm having dinner with friends on a nightly basis or at least a couple of nights a week just to get that connection and that reset. But really ask yourself what it is that you need right now to show yourself some self-care and get yourself connected back to you. Make sure that you are journaling often, if not every day, as often as you possibly can. This is a wonderful benefit to healing by making sure that you're journaling your thoughts and expressing your feelings to allow yourself to move through them, gain new insights and perspectives about yourself and the way that you operate in relationships, as well as the way that you want to operate inside of relationships and how you actually want your relationships to feel when you're in them. So make sure that you are doing what you need to do to actually care for you inside and out. You got questions, we got answers. I know when I was single, I was always questioning why. I mean, do you know what's holding you back in love? And even if you're in a relationship, do you understand your own love dynamics? Let me help you out. Take the Love Optimizer quiz to get some new insights you can actually use to move forward that puts you in a better position to get the love you want in your life. Click the link in the show notes to take the free quiz today. One of the most important steps is staying committed. Remind yourself why you made this decision and really stay firm in your choice. This is so much about you and what you allow into your life. If you set any standards or any boundaries, it really should apply to anyone, related, not related, stranger, like all of your standards and boundaries, they really should set the tone for how people operate in your life. And if they are unwilling to do those things, then perhaps it's time to reevaluate their place or position in your life. You really have to do what is best for you. You get to decide what energy surrounds you, and you can't thrive or attract the kind of love that your heart is yearning for if you are just allowing people to step into your life with dirty shoes on. Okay? I don't know about you, but I like a no shoes inside my house policy. Come over, take your shoes off. We're not bringing all the inside dirt up and through here. And yet I see so many allow people to step into their life with their dirty shoes on, bringing in all the dirt and the muck from wherever they've been outside. And it is up to you to really hold your life as a sacred place that deserves to be loved and respected. And anyone who's unable to do that, then they need to hold a different place and position in your life. So remind yourself to stay committed to this decision, because once you start honoring yourself and really holding people accountable for their code of conduct in your life, the more that you will actually see the kind of love that you really long for in your life. I would really love to see you move forward with confidence. Once you let go, you are free to move about with confidence. Embrace this new chapter with open arms. Start new hobbies, set new goals, explore new avenues and experiences, meet new people. Encourage yourself to really stay patient with yourself and with others. Healing takes time, and it's okay to have ups and downs. And letting go can feel so very hard when you focus on everything that you think you're losing. You may question or wonder if you're making the right decisions. You might even think that you're going to miss them and all the good things that they bring. And while all of that may be true, you are set to gain so much more. Your peace of mind, this alone is priceless. Being able to relax, be at ease, to rest with no worries is one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself. Your self-preservation is worth it. You also gain more self-worth and self-love by showing yourself you care, you honor, and respect yourself. Your peace, self-worth, self-esteem, and self-love all increase when you do the acts of standing up for yourself and the way that you deserve to be treated. No one in your life, and I mean no one, is worth exchanging your peace, self-worth, self-esteem, or self-love for. All you are set to gain has a price tag of priceless, yet it can cost you everything when you put other people ahead of you in that way. Make today the day you choose you. We've talked about how to recognize toxic relationships, the importance of letting go, the steps on how to do it, and how it all represents choosing you. I'm so incredibly proud of you for taking these steps towards a healthier, happier you. Remember, you deserve all the love and joy in the world. So don't forget to join our community, subscribe to the Love Notes newsletter, and connect with me on Instagram for more support and resources. Thank you so much for connecting with me today. More than anything, I encourage you to keep choosing you and know that you are not alone on this journey, because together we can encourage over everything. Encourager, thanks so much for tuning in. My wish for you is to have your encouragement cup filled up. If you enjoyed this episode, there's a few ways to say thank you. Share it with friends. You are a true encourager, sharing encouraging messages to lift others up, because that's just what we do. Leave a review, light me up with some stars, and share your feedback, as this is how we make encouragement a way of life. And to keep the conversation going, connect with me on Instagram at Encourage Over Everything. Check the show notes for today's sponsors and all the ways to work with me and stay connected. I appreciate you. Until next time, I'm sending you love, light, and loads of positivity, because together we can encourage over everything.